welcome to Primetime Rundown. We're back again for week number 2 of the NFL season. Last week in week 1, my picks did not go very well. I was wrong about every single one. A clean 0-for-3 sweep, so that was not in my favor. But looking to bounce back for week 2. Before we do that, I'm going to recap week 1. So Lions took care of the Chiefs on Thursday Night Football, and then Sunday Night Football, the Cowboys took it to the Giants, and then on Monday Night Football, the Bills ended up losing to the Jets with Rodgers getting injured. So, diving into week number 2. First game we have on the slate is Thursday night. We had the Vikings at the Eagles, and the Vikings coming at 0-1 after losing to the Buccaneers in a pretty upsetting game for Vikings fans. And then the Eagles coming at 1-0 on a rather non-convincing win against the Patriots. So I feel like I'm going to go with the simple pick here, and I think my goal this week is to not overthink things. So I'm going to take the Eagles at home at the Link. I think the Vikings just aren't necessarily a team that's well put together enough this season to really challenge the Eagles and really go against a powerhouse like that. So I'll take the Eagles in that game, probably pretty convincingly. I would say 31-21, though. They're going to win by 2 scores, I feel like. So, moving on to Sunday Night Football then. We have the Dolphins taking on the Patriots. Dolphins beat the Chargers last week. Tua looked very good, and then the Patriots ended up playing the Eagles, and they lost barely. So, the Dolphins, they might actually be contenders this year. It would be really surprising if they can make a run, but I feel like I would go ahead and pick the Dolphins in this game. I mean, the Patriots, they're not necessarily the most talented team this year, and I'm interested to see what happens with Mac Jones throughout the year, but I would just go with the Dolphins. I mean, that receiving core is deadly with Waddle and Hill, and then if Tua can stay healthy, I mean, they're going to be a force to reckon with this year, so maybe low-key Super Bowl favorites. Then we actually have 2 Monday night games. We have the Saints taking on the Panthers and the Browns taking on the Steelers. One on ESPN, one on ABC. Saints and Panthers is going to be an interesting matchup. The Saints beat the Titans last week in a rather non-convincing win as well. And the Panthers ended up losing to the Falcons. So I think I'm going to flip the script here. I'm going to go with the Panthers beating the Saints at home. Maybe Bryce Young will put something together here. If they can get the ball to Miles Sanders on the ground game, he'll take care of business. So I'm going to go with Panthers in that game. Give me Panthers. Probably not too high scoring of a game. I'm going to say 17-14. They beat the Saints. And then we have Browns at Steelers. Browns coming at 1-0 after a win against the Bengals, and the Steelers coming in 0-1 after a loss against the 49ers. So Browns looked very good last week, and the Steelers did not look very good. I'm not going to overthink it once again, and I'm just going to go with the Browns. I'm going to say Browns win that game against the Steelers. Probably 27-20, I think. I would say Browns win that, and I think I forgot to do a prediction for Dolphins and Patriots. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins over the Patriots, probably 35-17, I think. 35-17. So that's what I got for this week. So to recap the winners I have predicted, I'm saying Eagles will beat the Vikings, Panthers will beat the Saints, Browns will beat the Steelers, and Dolphins will beat the Patriots. So didn't go too complex with things this week. I think I kind of overdid it last week. I kind of overdid myself. So, and there was also a lot of upsets last week. So I think I'm okay with that. That's going to wrap it up for Primetime Rundown week 2 of the NFL season. We'll see you back for week 3. If you haven't checked out the Cheap Seats podcast, I would go ahead and do that. That's available on YouTube and Spotify every Thursday. We go into some analysis about that and just talk some football. So I would check that out as well. All right. We'll see you week 3.